All right, listeners, check it out. Check it out as promised. As promised, I have Mr. Eddy Vega on the phone. Eddie, how you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing there, Billy? I'm doing great.
Awesome, man. Awesome. You know, I was saying to the listeners before, man, it's been like years since we spoke last, man. Too long. It's been too long.
Yeah.
Wow, man. So, wow, a lot has happened. In all those years, man, you moved to another state, you got another group, man. Tell us what's been going on in the world of Eddy Vega, man.
Well, actually, I didn't move to another state, but I did move to Northern California.
Oh, okay. All right, man.
Yeah. I was in the central, kind of, the East Bay prior to that. That's where Bad Boy Eddie's actually located, in the East Bay. So, and after, well, let me start right there with me leaving Bad Boy Eddie. They're a great bunch of guys, and, are just musical. We had some differences as far as, the style and the genre of music that we wanted to play. And so I wanted to do something a little more heavier. And so I moved on, and we're good friends still. I support them, they support me, and, I love them to death, and but just had to move on. So, and what I moved on to was a band called Trash Cowboys. And Trash Cowboys, they're a great bunch of musicians too. Went to LA and I recorded an album with those guys. And after that, it just they just didn't seem like to be a lot of interest in making things happen. I mean, the album was pretty good, but they never got around to releasing it. So it just kind of fizzled out, so to speak. You know what I mean? And when something fizzles out, I got to move on and try something else. You know what I mean? Because I'm always about moving forward.
Right, man.
Yeah. So then shortly after that, I met these guys from Sacramento named Demise. Actually, they have a different name now, but when I was jamming with those guys, they were called Demise. And I recorded one song with them, and I kind of found out that that as great as they are, and as nice guys as they are, just wasn't really what I was looking for. So searching for that secret little thing, that great vibe out there, and so I moved on from that, and currently I have a thrash metal project called Ancestors' Wrath right here in my hometown of Santa Rosa, actually Windsor, we're coming up pretty quick, you know what I mean? So be looking for that. We should be having something to put out probably in the next month or two.
Oh, wow, man, wow. So you've been keeping busy, pretty damn busy, really. Wow.
I'll tell you, I just had this explosion of creativity after I left Bad Boy. For some reason, I wanted to immerse myself in the whole, as much music as I possibly could. And I did just that, you know what I mean? So it really, I got a chance to get some of that out, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, but, so that's pretty much what I've been doing the last, since I've talked to you. It's been about 2.5 years now, I think.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's been that long.
I just it's been a while, yeah. It's been a long time. It goes by hella fast, doesn't it? It's like, wow, man. But I try to stay busy, in this area as far as music, the local music scene is concerned, you know what I mean? I've gone down we have what's called the Musicians Co-op, and, I've jammed with some of the guys that go down there and jam, and I go to a lot of shows and see a lot of my friends' bands play, and, you know what I mean, and kind of, support them too, because I feel as though it's really important to support your local musicians. Everybody should stand by each other and help each other out, you know what I mean? Because it's a difficult business to be in.
Right.
Yeah,
man.
So.
Yeah.
But that's in a nutshell. That's pretty much what I've been doing.
Wow, man. Wow. So the new music, man. Is it all you? Are you collaborating with guys? What's the story?
Actually, I completely forgot. I can't believe I forgot this. The new music that I've been doing is a collaboration with a guy by the name of Bill Decker, and he's a top-rated guitarist / instructor from this area here, from the Northern Bay Area, and I happened to meet him at a show that I was, I got up and I performed a couple songs at, and his band was playing that night. He approached me and said, "Hey, I'd like to do a little project with you. You're interested? And I said, sure. So we got together, and man, this guy is just phenomenal. He had all kinds of cool material, you know what I mean? That he just like basically said, here, Eddie, do it, put it together, see what what inspires you of all of it. You know what I mean? So I would take, CDs of all of his stuff that he plays and all his ideas, and kind of like put them together and write stuff to him. And, what the ending result was, the songs that I've been putting out, the most recent ones, with, one of them's called, Jaws of Death is actually one of them, but I actually wrote that song, the music and the vocal and the lyrics, but he wrote most of the music. He wrote most of the music for all the other ones, and it was a pretty good little collaboration. Unfortunately, it's not happening anymore because he's got so much stuff going on, and I do too, and so, we just kind of put it aside for the time being. We'll probably pick it back up again.
Cool, man, cool. So how would you describe the sound of the new music, man?
Let's see, the sound of the new music. Wow. Well, it's a lot closer to what I think would be the epitome of my style, would be. I kind of have a particular style that I've always wanted to sing, and I've never had the opportunity to do it. And it's kind of, I don't know if you've heard, it's kind of an 80s type of heavy metal thrash kind of sound where, I don't know if you've ever heard of a band called Vicious Rumors. They're one of my favorite bands. And that style of music, it's just for some reason, it's right where I live, And I think that this music is a step closer to that, And which is kind of what I've been looking for, Because that I just, when I think about music and good music, I make great music if I'm inspired by it, and that style is what really inspires me. So, I guess if I was to describe it, I would just have to describe my new music as basically the epitome of Eddy Vega. You know what I mean? The quintessential Eddy Vega.
Sweet, man, sweet.
Yeah.
So the people that know you know exactly what you're talking about then.
Yeah, I believe they do. Yeah.
Cool, man, cool. So, Eddie, man, you've been around, man. You played a lot of live shows. What would you say are the best and the worst things about the live gigs, brother?
Okay. Well, let's see. Well, the best thing about a live show, it would probably be, of course, a lot of people showing up, you know what I mean? And just, having a full house to play to, there's nothing like that feeling. It's the best. And I haven't had a chance to experience a lot of it, but, you know what I mean? In the last 3 years, 2 shows that I did with, right before I left out with Eddie, 2 of the shows we had done were really good shows, man. It's just, we had played at this place called the Boardwalk in Sacramento, and it was a sold-out show. And we were we were the openers, I think. The place was just completely full of people. The band that was the headliner was Michael Schenker that night.
Oh, wow.
It was off the hook. It was so great. And so I would think that, if you've got you have a bunch of people there to see you, and they're all loving what you're doing, especially if they don't know you. They just came there to see the other guys. You know what I mean? And then you're able to impress them and get those people on board with your sound. That's probably one of the best things that can happen at a show. Yeah, definitely. And as far as the worst things that can happen, well, that could go a lot of different directions. But the main thing is the sound. You know what I mean? If you just have somebody that doesn't run a good sound, you know what I mean? Then and you can't really portray yourself the way that you should be portrayed out. And believe it or not, that sound guy has got a lot of power.
Oh yeah.
He's going to make it or break it. You know what I mean? So because I've done some shows where nobody actually even came, and it was not advertised really good or something, for whatever the reasons were. But if that sound was good, it still turned out to be a fairly good show. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, so the sound guy is a big thing with that. He can make it or break it. So yeah, if there's no sound, if it's a bad sound there, then I would think that would be one of the worst things that can happen on the show.
The top 2 answers are always like the sound guy and the bathrooms.
And the what?
And the bathrooms.
The bathroom. Yeah, Yeah, okay.
There's some pretty nasty bathrooms out there, man.
Oh, yeah, there can be. There definitely can be. And, the thing about that is that I'm a singer, so one of the things singers need to do, it's of the utmost importance is to not dehydrate. That's everything. You have got to be fully hydrated when you get up there and sing. Otherwise, for me at least, I can't sing if I'm dehydrated in any way. So I'm drinking lots and lots of fluid and going lots and lots of times into these disgusting bathrooms. So yeah.
Oh man. Oh god. Yeah. So Eddie, man, the first song I want to play tonight is "You Don't Know." Dude, what can you tell us about that tune?
Which one?
You Don't Know?
Okay, yeah, well, You Don't Know is one of the songs from the band Demise. And what I had done is I was learning their songs that they have in their set list. And that was one of the first ones that I had actually wrote a full set of lyrics to. And it spent one day actually to record the vocals on that. The music is already recorded. And I kind of pretty much, almost had this whole song written, but there's a couple of things where I just had to do on the fly, but it still came out pretty good. I think that this band has got the rhythm section is just incredible. They're so thick sounding, so fat sounding, you know what I mean? And the bass player of that band is the bass player who used to be one of the original bass players from Bad Boy Eddie back in the way back. Yeah. Like I think it was 1993 or something like that. But it was actually, because Bad Boy Eddie, before Bad Boy Eddie was Bad Boy Eddie, it was a band called Hijinks. But this bass player from Demise was in Hijinks, and that's kind of how I, found out about them, that and Craigslist. But so they're a great band, and listen to this and see what you guys think,
Cool, man, cool. All right, gang, check it out. This is You Don't Know from Mr. Eddy Vega, and we'll be right back. All right, gang, we're back with Eddy Vega. Eddie, how's it going, brother?
It's going good, man. I'm going good.
Killer new music, man. I'm digging it. I know the listeners are digging it, man. It's awesome, awesome.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Dude, so let's talk a little bit about you yourself, man. When did you first get into music and singing, and when did you know that this is what you wanted to do?
Well, let's see. I probably had to have been about maybe 8 or 9 years old, and I was listening to my parents' Elvis Presley album. And that was pretty much, I went, wow, that's great. That's kind of right then was when I, started aspiring to be a musician and, be a singer at least. And what I did was I took guitar lessons, and my dad had an old guitar, and, I took initially like 3 guitar lessons, and that was enough to kind of get me rolling, you know what I mean? And then the rest of it, I just continued on learning by myself. And what I did is I would just take and just write these little songs, and then I would sing them. And I started to notice that people wouldn't really react when I sang. So I was like, oh, maybe I should continue this. So I started to do the singing more and more, and the guitar less and less. And I found that actually I still played guitar and sang in bands for a few years. Until I was like in my teenage years. One time my amp blew up, and I just couldn't use my guitar. So I had to just sing. And I tell you what, I was so nervous just singing. For the first time, all I was doing was holding a microphone in my hand.
Oh, wow.
And but I did notice that, oh my God, it just opened up my singing ability, because I wasn't concentrating on the guitar and singing, I was just singing. And it really opened a lot of doors for me. So I went, I think I'm just going to be a frontman. So I kind of put the guitar down, and I started taking some vocal lessons from a renowned vocal instructor by the name of Marie Cochran here in the East Bay. And I did that for about 6 months, and then I took some college courses. And, I just kind of continued on from there. And I've been, I don't know, it's weird because, some people say that, you hear singers from back in the 80s and they were great back then. Now you hear them and they're kind of, you could tell that their voice isn't what it used to be,
Right.
And mine's just the opposite, I've just gotten better. I feel as though I've gotten better with time. You know what I mean? I just, and it's kind of, I have a richer tone to my voice than I had when I was younger, and a lot more control over it. So, with age comes, some good things. Not all bad, right?
Right, yeah, and I hear you. But I know exactly what you're talking about, because if you listen to like early Metallica, James Hetfield, he sounds like a little kid, and he sounds so much better. Sounds so much better nowadays, man.
He really does. Some singers, they get better with age, and he's one of them. So I'm like, yeah.
Cool, man.
The ones like, I don't know. I've gone and seen some bands that I was really, I'm not going to mention any names, but some bands that were great in the 80s. For some reason, their singers just lost it, And I'm like, wow, it's a bummer,
Right, yeah. Well, years of the lifestyle and being on the road.
I think if you're taught how to sing properly from the beginning, you know what I mean? The whole idea for learning how to sing is to save your voice. You know what I mean? To make it last. You know what I mean? That's why, if you know how to sing properly, you can do that without straining and without creating problems for your voice. So.
Right, man. So, Eddie, man, who would you say are your personal musical influences?
Okay, well, one of my big influence of mine is actually I'm really into a band called Vicious Rumors, and they're actually a band that I know, and I know the members of, and I've actually met before, and they're from here in the East Bay, and also I'm really into for a while there I was really into Michael Sweet from Striper. Yeah. He's got a great voice, dude. I wanted to sing. I wanted to be just like that, but my voice is not quite like that. I've got more of a heavier kind of growl type thing. So you know, I like Black Label Society a lot too.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilde, he's great. You know, so he's a big influence of mine too. And of course Bruce Dickinson. And you know, just the metal standards. You know, Rob Halford. And I also, who else? I like some of the thrash singers too. You know what I mean? Like the singer from Exodus. His name is Zetro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy a lot. He's got a good voice too. And yeah, like I'll probably think of some after it's over. I'll think of the ones I can't think of right now. Yeah, there's a guy named Mike Becerra. Have you ever heard of Loudness?
Yeah, man.
Okay, well, they had a singer for a while there called Mike Becerra. I like that dude's voice too. He has a really cool voice. I don't know what he's doing these days.
Cool, man. You know, what I liked about the 80s is as soon as you heard the singer, you knew what band it was. You know, every singer, they sounded different. They had their own thing, and you knew, like when you know, when you heard Stryper, you knew that was Michael Sweet. You knew, you know, Iron Maiden, Bruce Dickinson. You knew that was Iron Maiden.
It's that trademark sound that they've achieved.
Yeah. You know, I love that. Nowadays, it's kind of hard to differentiate between the growls and, you know, but 80s definitely, man. Cool, man. Cool. So, when you're not writing, touring, you know, doing stuff musically, man, what do you do for a day off, man? What does Eddy Vega enjoy doing?
Well, let's see. And what Eddy Vega enjoys doing is getting inside of his hot little sports car, taking the top down and driving all over this beautiful Northern California area that we have here. It's all lush and green, and there are all kinds of cool little roads that you can get on and you zip around. And I've got the coolest little car, man. I swear to God, I'm so happy. I love this car. It's a 350 Nissan, 2005, 350 Nissan V. And it's I'm in love with it. And so, yeah, I like to drive. You know, I mean, I like driving, which is a good thing because actually I kind of combine the two because everywhere I go, I have, you know, set up to where I can listen to all the music that I'm working on as I'm driving. And so I just actually work on music and drive.
Oh, there you go, man. Yeah.
It's a pretty good little deal, and it looks really good. You know what I mean? Because my stereo is great, and so it just kind of rolls right through. You know, it's almost like it's like a little rolling rehearsal studio.
Hey, man.
I get some funny, you know, sometimes.
Cool. Dude, so what would you say is your most memorable moment as a musician so far?
Oh, my most memorable moment. Let's see. Well, let's see. When Bad Boy Eddy released Over the Top, the album Over the Top,
right,
we had a CD release party that we had over a place that we played a lot called Benny's in Concord. And when I went to that, when I got to that show the night that we played there, when I left that place, we just got done sound checking and there was nobody there, you know. But when I got back there for the show, I mean, there was a line out this door that went all the way down the street.
Oh.
And I was like, going, what? This can't be right. You know, I didn't think people would show up. I didn't think that many people would be there. You know what I mean? So, needless to say, when I hit the stage that night and I saw how many people were there and I heard the sound that many people made, it was not like anything I've ever heard before. It was like a roar.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a difference. It was the difference between just a bunch of people out there going, yeah, whoa, it's just like this roar. And I'll tell you, it was the most memorable experience that I've ever had. You know, I heard some famous rock stars mentioned before that we really like to go to the smaller clubs and do those more smaller, intimate shows. And I could see why, because, you could get those places packed full of people, and it's pretty intense when you get that many people in a small place, It's just like, so, that definitely tops my list right there.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And, and I remember that. I remember when you guys released that and you had the big CD party. So that's cool, man. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
yeah, definitely never forget that.
let's take it the other way, man. Do you have any Spinal Tap moments you want to share with us?
A Spinal Tap moment? Yeah, I do. Luckily, this Spinal Tap moment happened during a sound check. Even though there were a few people at this place, it was still on a sound check, so it could have been worse. But that just was, we were sound checking, and I was just checking the sound out and singing while we were doing the song. I was going from one end of the stage to the other end of the stage. And then I decided, hell, I'm going to jump down off the stage and, walk out in the crowd area and see how I sound. So, I jumped down, and that was cool. And walked around out there and where the crowd stands, and, then it was time for me to get back on the stage. And I'm looking at that stage going, I can just jump right up back on it, right? Well, I jumped, and I guess I didn't just jump high enough. The tip of one of my feet just got caught on the edge of that stage, and I went flat on my face.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was pretty hard. But, that's probably not the biggest Spinal Tap moment, I think I'd have to say.
Oh, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's awesome. Jeez. Eddie, the next song I want to play, man, Jaws of Death. What can you tell us about the tune?
Okay, well, Jaws of Death is actually an idea, a riff idea that I came up with a long time ago, and I finally got got the song to somebody who could record it the way I wanted it recorded, and you could program the drums on it the way I wanted the drums programmed, because it's actually just a drum machine is on it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And my friend Bill Decker, the guy that I've been doing this, little musical project I've been doing with, he's the one that actually did the recording on it for me. He recorded it for me, and he programmed the drums. And it's a song that I've been wanting to actually, a riff I wanted to turn into a song for the last 2 or 3 years. I finally was able to do so with him. And I wrote it about back in the 1930s. There was a story of these two lions that were just picking off a bunch of the people in the town in Africa called, I can't really pronounce it, but it's Sabo, I think it's Anyway, they made a movie after it called The Ghost in the Darkness. And it's about these two, lions man-eating and killing all these people inside this village in Africa. And so I wanted to write a song about that, because I thought that was a pretty intense story. And that's basically the premise of the song, is that those lions.
Cool, man, cool. All right, listeners, well, check this out. Jaws of Death from Eddy Vega. We'll be right back.
Close your eyes.
Okay, listeners, we are back with Mr. Eddy Vega. Eddie, how's it going, man?
It's going good, going good.
Sweet, man. Killer music, man. I'm digging it. I know the listeners are digging it. And it's awesome, man. Awesome.
I'm glad you guys all like it. I try to keep it up, but I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it rolling. So,
cool, man. Cool.
You guys are the last of me.
So no, I see the difference, man. But in your opinion, would you say you have evolved as a musician, or musically since the days?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally feel as though I have. Like I said, ever since I left Bad Boy Eddie, I've been on this I just can't get enough of going out and creating with other people. I'm so motivated to do that. It's like I guess it's just I just wasn't able to do enough of it. Back in the day with them, and so now I've got I have a lot of I guess built up desire to go out and create and write and perform, and I'm finally doing that. So it's a good thing. Definitely, I feel as though I've definitely evolved.
Cool, man. Cool. So now, what advice would you have for the young bands out there, the ones just starting out, man? What advice would you have for those guys?
Wow, let's see. Well, for the guys that are just starting out, it's a tough business.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? If you really have the desire and you really love what you're doing and you're willing to put forth the focus, you know what I mean? Then I would say by all means, you do it. But work as a team. Try to be democratic about it. You know what I mean? And try to have everybody put in their 2 cents. Because kind of what I think makes a band great is when everybody works to build it. You know what I mean? It's not just one guy, but several guys in the band that have a desire and a vision. You know what I mean? And everybody sees that vision and they run with it. It's that's the part about being in a band.
Right, man. Yeah. Wow. So
yeah.
Wow, man. Wow. Yeah. No. Well, that's exactly it. I mean, and we always say it's really helpful to be like friends and brothers with the guys you're in the band with. That's if you're going in there and there's a lot of animosity or whatever, I mean, eventually it's going to fall apart. So I mean, it helps. It helps. If you guys got a killer relationship or that click to start off with.
It really does. Yeah, it does. If everybody gels together, then it makes all the difference in the world. You know what I mean? Because then you can create music that you love and everybody's just happy with. And loving it. The animosity can be hidden. You can have that kind of thing going on in a band. You can hide that for a while, but sooner or later, the band's going to implode if you have that.
Right.
So you just work together and make the best music you possibly can and do what you believe in as far as music is concerned. This is always. I've done some musical things that I really wasn't too crazy about, and I won't go back and do them again because they just didn't work for me, And so I would just say, do what you love. You know what I mean? You do your style. You know what I mean? And do it to the best of your ability.
Awesome,
That's what
man.
I could say.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's your near future goals, man? What would you like to see happen?
Well, let's see. My near future goals is I'm going to continue working with the guys at the thrash band that I'm with here in the Northern Bay Area called Ancestors Wrath, and we're gonna do some more writing and some recording. But we're gonna get out and start doing some shows probably another month or so, and I'm really looking forward to that because I really actually. Since I've left Bad Boy Eddie, I haven't done a whole lot of live shows, so I'm itching to get out there and just tear it up. You know what I mean? And these guys they're heavy and they're tough and they sound they sound incredible. I'm really happy about the way it's working out. You know, they're all younger guys. You know what I mean? And they're hungry, and that's always a good thing.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because you know they're all studious about it, and they're getting their parts learned. And see, these guys, we didn't practice for like 3 weeks. And I went to practice Monday night, and I mean, these guys were the tightest I've ever heard them. And I mean, I've never been in a band where the band didn't practice for 3 weeks, and they came back, and the first time was like just spot on.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, these guys are definitely great bands. So I look forward to doing an album with them and getting out there and doing some shows, and that's initially what I plan on doing. And maybe I'll do some more stuff with Bill Decker and be on the lookout for that, because as soon as I get some stuff done, I'll be putting it out there for everybody to listen to.
Cool, man. Cool. Can't wait for that, man. So,
yeah,
I usually follow up with, what upcoming shows you got going on, but you have nothing confirmed yet, right?
No, nothing confirmed yet. So, but like I said, another month or so, and I should have some dates to put out there. I definitely know that there's a place I want to go down. It's called the Rock Bar in San Jose. Mm-hmm. This place is just the most incredible venue I think I've ever been to. It's so great. Never played there yet. I really would like to, though, and I'm going to get a hold of my friend Jimmy Arsenault and see if I can't work us into getting a show date down there. And I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that happens and go from there.
Cool, man. Cool. Awesome. So, Eddie, where can the listeners find Eddy Vega?
Well, they can go to www.eddyvega.com.
Cool,
and there
man.
they may find all my songs there available to check out. And I don't have anything for sale at this point right now. Actually, I do. I've got Jaws of Death. It's on Amazon. It's a digital download. And I also have another one of my songs called Psycho. And they're both on Amazon. They can be downloaded from there.
Cool, man.
99 cents a download or something like that.
Right. Well, you're also on Facebook, right? How about
Oh yeah, of course.
Reverb Nation? You on Reverb?
Reverb Nation, yeah, I'm on there too. Just punch in www.reverbnation.com/Eddy Vega.
Sweet. Eddie, man,
yeah.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a thrill, man, to talk to you again, brother. Thank you. I want to thank you for calling in. Thank you, man.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm really glad that you asked me to do this interview. I really enjoyed it. And let's not wait 3 years for the next time that we get a chance to get together and talk. Hopefully I'll have some great stuff to show you.
Yeah,
to
right?
To you about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, the last song I want to play tonight, I guess is your latest, right? Tight But Loose?
That's actually, well, it was recorded last year, but it's my latest release. Yeah.
Okay, man.
It's a band. It's one of the songs from the album that I did with Trash Cowboys.
Cool. So what can you tell us about the tune, man?
Well, the tune is, to tell you the truth, I really don't know what that song is about because I didn't write any of the lyrics. You know what I mean? But it sounds a little dirty.
A bit.
So yeah, it has a little sexual overtones to it, I guess. But for the most part, it's kind of it's a sleaze rock. It's a sleaze rock kind of sound, which is different from a metal sound, I guess. You know what I mean? But which is probably why I'm not really with those guys anymore, because they're, like I said, they're a great band and everything, but it's just the style was just not really tailored for me.
Right.
You know, I mean, they needed something a little different, and so did I. And so that's why I went separate ways. But it's a great song, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
All right, man. Eddie, again, thank you, man, for calling in, and we got to do it again real soon.
All right, great, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, hang on 1 second, brother. Listeners, check this out. Tight But Loose from Mr. Eddy Vega. We'll be right back.
I got vision running through my loose. Yelling me is a farmer's daughter. Oh, what a cool drink of water. Took her out by the pigs where we slaughter. She didn't walk straight, kinda side to side. Man, that milkshake was Kentucky Fried. I need a fucking alibi. She's the one I'm dreaming of, sleeping in a velvet glove. Everything is tight, loose. Feel the summer creeping in. I wish this day would never end. Everything is tight, but loose. She's the one I'm dreaming of, sleeping in a velvet glove. Everything is tight, but loose. Feel the summer